Hi, welcome to Blossom Your Creativity. My name is Debbie, and I'm glad you stopped by for a visit. If you're new, glad to meet you. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. Today is challenge time, and I'm participating in an open challenge called Tree Valentines Challenge. So let's see what I created. DIY number 1. In this DIY, I took the XOXO sign from Dollar Tree, and I had this piece of scrapbook paper, and I decided to trace it out and cut it, and now I'm going to apply it to the sign. I'm going to use a light coat of Mod Podge, but before I do that, I decided that I wanted to paint the sign. I noticed that when I put my paper up on against it, I could still see on the inside of the letters. So I wanted to go ahead and painted a contrasting or similar color so that your eye would not take you through to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and use what I thought was chalk paint, but once I put it on the paper, you'll see that it is actually an acrylic paint. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a layer of the paint down, and then once that's dry, then I'll use some Mod Podge so that we can adhere it. And I believe that was cotton candy. Oh no, I forgot to get the name. And I'm so sorry, I keep getting out of frame. I put that blue tape down to help me, but sometimes I forget. But I just put one coat of the paint. So with that excess paint, I'm going to go ahead and paint up a couple of these little bows that I had in my stash from Christmas, and I will be able to use it in some of my other projects. Just wanted to show you that just because you have, a bow of a certain color, you can always change it to match whatever it is that you need that you're creating. And my record button did not record when I thought, so I just applied a light coat of Mod Podge, and now I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I will go ahead and add the, here I am, I guess it's already dried, so I'm adding the paper, and I'm just making sure I have it lined up where I want it to be. And then I'm just going to put a piece of that parchment paper over, and I have my iron on high, and I'm going to start in the middle and then just work my way from side to side, making sure I adhere all of the paper to the little sign. And so now that I have it all adhered, I found there was a couple of spots where the paper did not go down all the way. So I'm just taking that craft stick and kind of bending it down. And I could not, prior to this, I tried to find my file and I couldn't find it. So I just went in with a little touch of Mod Podge in between or behind that paper where some of the pieces had come over the edge, and that way it was not going to pop up. And then I just simply took that craft stick again and pushed that paper down inside. It would have been better to have a file to file that down so that you wouldn't see the edge, but I felt like a little bit of Mod Podge inside there helped the situation. So I hope you guys like that. So now I'm just going to put this simple little twine bow on the little XOXO sign. And then I have some sprinkles from this girl on Etsy. It's called Playco. And it's all this Valentine's stuff. And so there was a little, what do you call that? Cupid. So I'm just going to hot glue that right in the center, and that will be it for this DIY. I thought it turned out really cute. It was simple, but it was perfect. Now, before I continue on, I want to talk a little bit more about the challenge. This is the Dollar Tree Valentine's Challenge, and it is hosted by three lovely ladies: Jackie from Mimi's World, Ellie from DIY from House to Home, and Lisa from Crafting My Best Life with Lisa. All three of these ladies are super, super talented, and you've got to go and check out their page to see what they created for this Valentine's challenge. And if you're not already subscribing to them, please do so. You won't be disappointed. DIY number 2, and this is just a reminder, if you like what I do, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Now in this DIY, I messed up and I missed the intro, but here I have my little scrapbooking book, and I found a piece of paper, and I'm using that Dollar Tree little frame, and I'm going to go ahead and add that love sign. I don't remember where I got that from, but and my little monkey I had on my stash as well, but I'm going to go ahead and just add that piece of scrapbook paper and the love sign to the frame, and then I added my little monkey, and I'm going to go ahead and take that little bow that I had painted earlier and add a little sticker heart to the middle of it, and then I'm going to hot glue it to the frame, and you know it, that'll be a simple little DIY. And I do apologize that the beginning got messed up. I did want to just mention that on the love sign, it did come just like a regular wood color, and I used antiquing wax to give it that little darker color. Now moving on to the last DIY. I had this heart. I got this before Christmas at Hobby Lobby, and I'm not going to change the color at all. I like the colors, but I'm going to use this leftover piece of fabric. It's not fabric actually, it's a piece of a ribbon that I used, and it's very wide, and so I thought, I'm going to keep this little scrap. Maybe I could use it for something later on. And here is my moment. So I'm just fraying the edges of the fabric, and I'm going to go ahead and use my stamps that you see there. And I'm just going to stamp a cute little message on here. Now, these little stamps and the stamp pad I've never used before, so this is my first time, so I'm just trying to line it up and make sure I get them where I want it. And I'm super excited to do this until this spot. I was like, oh man, the Y is too high, and I didn't put it in the correct way. So then I'm trying to figure out now how I'm gonna fix this, and I thought maybe if I went back over the M and made it a little bit higher that would work, but it didn't, so I just had to cut it. And so now I'm gonna end up with 2 pieces versus only having 1 piece, but that's okay. It still turns out pretty cute. So I'm just trying to make sure that I get the pieces of the ribbon, fabric, whatever you want to call it, to be about the same size. Since it's going to be two different pieces, I wanted to kind of be similar in size. So as you see, I did the Y first just to make sure that I got that in the right position. Now I'm going to move on to my next word, and you guessed it, is love. And then once I get these all done, then I'm going to attach it to my heart that I'm already loving the colors, so I don't need to change them. So I'm going to go ahead and add them my little fabric sign saying to my heart with some tacky glue. And I'll adhere both pieces, and then once I do that, then I want to do a little distressing because it's a little too new looking, and I want it to be more vintagey look. So I found these little dot gems. I have no idea where they came from. They, sometimes crafters, we have stuff in our stash, and I try to remember where things come from, but I believe this might have been something that came with something else. Anyways, and so I just added a couple of those, and then I found that little bow. I think it's a little too small, but I didn't have anything bigger. So I took that little pack of sprinkles I got from Etsy, and in there's a little rose, and I'm just attaching that to the heart. Not the heart, the bow that will attach to the heart. There you go. I can't get my thoughts straight today. So I decided before I put that on, I wanted to outline the heart in black with a Posca pen, and so I'm just going to outline the outside first. Now I'm going to take my antiquing wax, and just on a little tissue, I'm going to just dab it on here and there, and just give it a little bit of aged effect, and then I'll go back over it with a dampened cloth and just clean up any areas that I think it has too much. Again, I'm just trying to take that newness off of it, try to make it look a little bit aged and weathered look. Now I need to have my heart stand up, so I'm just going to add this block, towering tumbling block from Dollar Tree, and then that will stay up and I can display it. So I hope you guys like this one as well. So here's the final reveal of all three of my DIYs that I created today. I think they turned out pretty cute. I know I cheated on a couple. I didn't change it a whole lot, but just a little addition makes things, as their original form turn into something different. I love that little monkey. I wish I can remember where I have got those monkeys from. I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and if you're not subscribing, please consider, and if you are, thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon. And thank you to all the lovely ladies, Jackie, Ellie, and Lisa, for hosting this wonderful collaboration. And you guys have a blessed and safe day.